up guys, my name's Samuel Leeds, I'm a property investor and I help a lot of other people make money in property. Every single week on a Wednesday, I interview one of my success students who are financially freed by investing in property. This week we have Donovan and Georgia. Thank you so much for coming down to the show, folks.
No problem. Thank you for having us.
So you guys, I think we connected we met in Barcelona?
Yes.
Last year?
June 2018, yeah.
Okay, so over a year ago now.
Yeah.
What happened?
Well, that was a great trip, wasn't it, Barcelona? And then we came back and did the academy for July, I think it was.
Yeah.
Got engaged in August.
You guys got engaged?
Yeah.
Awesome.
And then, so the property thing didn't go as quick as what we were initially expecting, but
yeah.
Georgia, you did some sourcing and bits and pieces, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. I sourced one property.
Which you passed through Alistair.
Yes, I did.
Co-deal sourcing.
And he was amazing as well. He helped so
Yeah.
much. But yeah, we did that.
Wasn't really a strategy that you were too keen
So
on.
basically at this point then, so you joined the academy last summer and you spent the first few months getting engaged, dabbling a little bit, learning the strategies.
That was the main thing.
Getting educated.
Learning,
because people go to university and they spend 4 years studying, they don't expect to get a job until the end of the uni.
Yeah.
But sometimes people, when they go on a crash course or whatever, they want results like really, really, really fast, and that can happen.
Yeah.
But it's okay if it takes a little while.
Yeah.
Okay. And then what happened?
Well, we went on the crash course in January this year.
Yeah.
Where it was you and Leslie Tao.
Yeah.
And again, a great event. We started the limited company then, as part of the instruction of the course, and sourced our first rent-to-rent SA in Southampton in April.
So April this year, you got your first rent-to-rent SA. And by this point, you'd done all of the courses, you'd gone through all the training, you'd connected with a lot of other people that were doing it, you'd gone and you'd seen people's properties, you'd been on the crash course a couple of times, and now you're ready. Okay, so April, tell me about the deal.
So it's actually a friend of mine, an old employer of mine, who wanted to sell his property to put some cash back into his own business. I got chatting to him and struck up a deal whereby we rented it off him to then SA it, with the view of us buying it, purchasing it, and keeping it as a service accommodation unit. But it's a 3-bed penthouse, level 6 and 7.
And you've done it nice.
Yeah, done it really
it's
nice.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
We absolutely love it, don't
we?
Yeah.
So we obviously furnished it, did a bit of decorating and bits and pieces with it, and since from April till now, we've had just over 30 grand's worth of bookings.
Nice. £30,000 worth of bookings. One property deal in April, May, June, July, like 5-6 months.
Yeah, so in the last 5 months, we've averaged 3,200 net profit.
That's amazing.
Per month.
And I know that when we spoke, Georgia, you said you wanna quit your corporate job.
Yeah.
And what happened recently?
So when we were so busy with the essay and it was amazing, but trying to juggle work and the essay was proving a little bit difficult.
But you didn't love your job though.
I really didn't love my
And
job. I hated my job because the journey, it was like an hour journey getting there. It was on a school run, so I was there for like 4.5 hours and an hour back. It was crazy. So when we got married this year in August in Crete, we both
Congrats, by the way.
Thank you. We both sat there and we both just were talking about it, and I just went, I'm leaving it as soon as I get home.
Yeah.
And that was it. I didn't even go back. I just gave him my notice. I'm still on holiday, and job done.
But most people probably have that desire. They think, oh man, I wish I could just quit.
Yeah.
But they can't.
Yeah.
But you've been able to actually do that and back it up financially.
Yes.
And I'll tell you a secret as well. When Donovan and you joined the academy, Donovan was like, look after her, please. He said, she hates her job so bad, please.
Correct.
He said, and I said, we will. We'll put on first class training for you guys and everything. So that's incredible. So talk to me then a little bit about the service, because it can be a lot of work setting it up.
Yeah.
Especially if you want to make that kind of money, £3,000 a month off one property.
Yeah.
Not putting down much.
No, we didn't put down a lot. It was just furnishing and a bit of decorating.
So I think we've put about 6.5 in.
Yeah.
In terms of furniture.
And where did that come from?
From savings from both of us, really.
Okay, so you scraped together 6.5 grand. Not a lot of money.
No.
Especially when you think it's going to make you 3 grand a month, which is showing that you are making.
Yeah, we had no idea what the numbers were going to be. Obviously, we obviously did a bit of due diligence with the area and what the rental requirements or demand was on Airbnb and that sort of thing. But it's now obviously out across 6 sites, brought together through a channel manager.
Yeah.
And got a cracking cleaning team in place now.
Brilliant.
Had a couple of parties in there, so it's not all rosy.
Yes.
So people booked, 1 or 2 people booked to stay, but gone in there and there's been 12, 14 people in there.
Right.
So we've had to then kindly ask them to remove.
Yeah.
But we were expecting only to be maybe 60%, 75% booked, but we have literally been almost 100% booked every single month.
And where is that? Where is that property?
In Southampton, Ocean Village.
Interesting, because I know people that have messaged me and said, "Oh, I would come to the crash course, but I live in Southampton. I don't think it'll work there." And you guys,
Oh my goodness, it so does.
We've
It's
got
amazing.
the cruise liners that go out of the docks. We've got Mayflower Theatre. We've got the Aegeus Bowl. We've got the football, and we've had contractors come down. They're doing a week's work in Southampton.
Yeah.
Want somewhere to stay.
how
So
much are you
it's a
paying
busy city.
The owner then?
1,500 quid.
So you're paying the owner £1,500, and that's for a
So with the rent.
yeah. But is that for like an apartment or?
Yeah, so it's a 3 double bedroom penthouse apartment.
Sure. And then you're renting it out for how much a night?
Ranges from 125 to 135 pound for 1 to 2 people,
Yeah.
and then it jumps up to 40 pound,
Per person after that.
Sure.
and we can sleep up to 8 adults.
Okay. And you're full pretty much 100% of the time.
Yeah.
So if you're getting like £150 on average,
On average, yeah.
times 31, about 4,600. So I can see why you've over the last 7 months. I can see why you've collected over 30 grand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then so we've been getting a lot of bigger bookings, so up to 6, 8 people staying at once,
Yeah.
which has brought the numbers up. See, July we took 6.5 grand in
Right.
revenue.
Incredible. Yeah.
We had a big family stay for almost a week,
Yeah.
and it just bumps it right up.
So this strategy then of renting an apartment and then renting it out as on Airbnb, Booking.com, you guys have fallen in love with that strategy, really, haven't you?
Love
Yeah, you
it.
have, yeah.
And I love all the little things that you can do for guests, and I really feed off the reviews we get as well. For me, it's you do all that work, so I still go in and clean sometimes just to keep my hand in because I want to do it. And it's all the little touches and the appreciation that you get from them is what feeds me.
Yeah.
Because I love it. I love people going, it was just an amazing stay, host was great. Because I didn't get that appreciation in my last job.
What was your last job?
It was working for building merchants.
Okay. And you really found it not great?
Just a big corporate company, isn't it?
Yeah. And what sort of salary were you on before?
So I took 1,200 a month.
Okay, so it's not even a lot of money.
No.
It's
Obviously, it was
crazy.
sort of part-time as well, wasn't it?
Journey. Well, I was working school hours. We've got a daughter. So.
Right. So you're working part-time
Yeah.
hours. But then the thing is, now you could just say, well, I'm making £3 grand a month now off my apartment. I'm good now. I can live happily ever after. But I know that's not the way you guys think.
No, not at all.
Not at all.
But just from doing what we've been doing locally in Southampton, we've had guys contact us through Facebook and Instagram and things. The landlord that we've got the HMO from, he's got 6 or so properties that he wants us to then look after. We've been handed. We went to view a property in the same block as ours for another SA, and it was with purple bricks.
Yeah.
Just got chatting to him as the estate agent effectively, and again a little gem because he's in touch with so many different properties. Has handed us 2 more properties last night, didn't he? Are you interested in these?
Yeah.
So it was a good find, if you like, him,
Yeah.
because of his contacts.
And you've got a rent to HMO?
Yes, yeah. So we did the paperwork for that in July. Got the keys on the 1st of September.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So it's a bit of a project, isn't it?
Yes.
So it's 12 double bedrooms, 1 single bedroom.
Massive.
Full
massive.
refurb throughout. Got it over 5 years, obviously with relevant break clauses in. But yeah.
How much will that be expected to make per month once it's all rented out and done and dusted?
Well, with all rooms full, it should net about £2,700, £2,800 a month.
So you guys are really like assassins, the way that because it's easy with rents and rents to just take anything,
Yes.
you know, because you're desperate for a deal, and you guys at first, you took your time a little bit.
We did,
but you've picked some real cherries.
Cherry picked it, yeah.
I
Definitely.
mean, if you can be making 2,700 a month off one property, $3,000 a month off one apartment, you don't need many of those to make a massive income, really.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So you're on track for your target, which is how much a month?
Well, so at the start of this year, I wanted Georgia out of work by the time we got married, so we've done that milestone.
Boom, you did that.
And we want to scale now, but scale correctly, if you like, rather than just rash and...
Yeah. Well, like you guys do everything. You know, you're not crazy people. You're quite thoughtful, collected.
Do a lot of number crunching and things like that.
Yeah.
Business is a risk, but it's a calculated risk.
Yes.
But we want to get up to 20k a month net income from...
Amazing. I mean, that's...
Whatever strategy, doesn't matter what strategy.
And of course, you know, there's people in the academy that are doing that and more than that, but there's not loads of people that are making more than that in 20. Most people get like 3-5 grand and then they just go, and then relax off to take the foot off the accelerator, or they start going into building their investment part.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you something interesting. WeWork and Regus, these companies, they're like billion-dollar companies, and effectively what they do is rent to rent. So there is billions in rent to rent.
Yeah, exactly.
There is, definitely. There is.
Some of the struggles?
I think I struggled initially with time, because I was obviously doing my job and Annalise and getting married, planning a wedding. We didn't just do it once.
How old Annalise?
She's 7.
Oh, okay, cool.
So, you know, she's growing up fast. She's been in the properties helping us. She's been laying floor, we're helping.
I look forward to when my daughter gets that old and she can help out.
Yeah.
And she tries to help out at the minute, but
goes a long way.
But she loves it, doesn't she?
Yeah.
She you know, she dotes on it really.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just, I think because it's so different, well, what we feel is so different in Southampton, because the estate agents have sometimes been a bit of a barrier.
Yeah.
But now we have a reference of Ocean Village, our apartment. People are interested because they can see what we're doing.
And see customer
so now
reviews.
people are coming to us and sort of going, oh, we've got this, or you know, and it's just getting your foot in the door.
Success breeds success.
Because we had 5 knocks, didn't we? We tried 5 properties before we got our first one. Turned down, agreed in principle with the estate agent. He goes back and relays it to the landlord, and they don't relay it properly or whatever, or we couldn't speak to the landlord and have a one-to-one, explain what we wanted to do. So we lost out on 5 properties, didn't we? 5 apartments before we secured this first one in April.
And it was 5 that were really close, which makes it more painful, right?
Yeah.
And a lot of people would have probably quit after the first, you know, or they'd have got to the 3rd and they'd have been like, I'm done. Or the 5th, it doesn't work.
Well, yeah.
I've tried it, it doesn't work. What made you guys carry on?
Because I know it does work.
Yeah.
I know it does work, so it's just finding the right one. A deal, it's a numbers game, so as you get let down on one, it's closer to your next one. But now we're in a good position whereby people are, as you say, people are handing us properties or saying, are you interested in this? Would you like this? Have a look at this. Good. So it's, we can cherry pick and move up. But so that's our plan, is to, in the next 12 months, scale up to 20k a month.
How difficult was it setting up the systems? Because I always find that your first deal is always your hardest by a mile. You know, not only the rejection that you get beforehand because people can't see any of your previous properties, but also the systems, knowing what to expect. Yeah. It's like the first time you do anything. The first time you drive to a new place, it's very different than when you drive to it every day.
Yeah, sure.
Absolutely.
So what were some of the teething problems that you had? Because I know there will be, because there always is teething problems with your service department.
The channel manager was challenging at first, wasn't it?
Yes, it was, yeah.
Are you still with the same channel manager?
Yeah. We are. We've worked out to Keat.
To Keat?
Yeah.
I've not heard of to Keat.
So the SA's advertised out on Airbnb, Booking.com, Expedia.
Yeah. But your manager is called to Keat.
The platform is called...
Like a Vivo?
Yes, correct. Yeah.
But you use to Keat.
Yes.
I see the academy members arguing about who the best channel manager is.
Yeah, we did look into it.
Past the property, and Vivo, and there's these different ones, and there's new ones. I think some of the academy members are actually setting up their own channel managers as well, so there's different to choose from. Okay.
Yeah. So the first sort of day that we put the property on, the pricing wasn't right or whatever happened, and we had loads of bookings for like 30 quid a night.
Oh no!
I was like, Donovan, look at this, it's amazing, we're getting so many bookings. I was like, no, hang on, that's like 30 quid.
The price was wrong.
No. So
that's terrible.
But we worked it out. It was the channel manager or whatever happened, just it didn't work.
Yeah.
But we managed to sort it.
What did you do? Did you refund them or did you just go ahead and take the hit?
A couple we had to take the hit.
Yeah.
Because the first couple of weeks we just did it, and we just thought, you know, we'll probably get a review.
Yeah.
You know, so
that's right.
Is there any loss?
I've had this in business though, where I've said something or I've agreed something, and then afterwards I thought, man, I shouldn't have done that. But sometimes you've just got to stick to. I mean, it's all about
a lost leader.
Yeah, and it's also about how you deal with problems.
Yeah.
So again, that would have taken some people out going, oh man, you know, I've got all these bookings. This month's not going to be profitable. I'm going to pull the plug. It's the skill that you need to be a property entrepreneur is really important, but it's also, I feel like, the mindset, the persistence, the belief, the positivity, and when a challenge comes, seeing it as a lesson rather than as a setback.
Yeah.
I think that's absolutely inevitable.
Well, I think there's always a silver lining somewhere.
Yeah.
So for that, it was like, we'll just get reviews from it, make sure we get them, and we did.
And we did, and we got Superhost within 3 months.
Right, so that's the silver lining.
Yeah.
Look, you're staying for 30 quid, but you best leave a review.
Exactly.
It's on my crash course. It's free, it's awesome, but you better leave a review.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, cool. So those were some of the setbacks. Rejection to begin with.
Yeah.
Bookings all going messed up. How did you feel when you realised that you were making £3,000 a month profit net?
Wow.
Pretty gobsmacked, to be honest.
Yeah.
Can a property really net this? And yes, it's £6,500 in, but it's been consistent. And we have our phones on the side, and the channel manager beeps when there's a new booking, and then we look at each other, another one. But we have so many last-minute bookings, as in people book on the day as well. So August and September, we've had 1 or 2 days max that weren't booked.
Yeah.
It's literally been back to back.
How do you find did you find it a nightmare with all the paperwork and checking the lease and the contracts, making sure that it's all, because I know there's quite a lot of, not legislation, but just making sure you've got the right contracts and it's all done properly.
Yeah, I think it's just about taking your time a little bit and just sitting there and just looking at it, and we can bounce off each other. So he'll go, right, you read this and I'll read it through, and if there's anything I don't understand, it's just having someone to bounce off. Yeah,
and of course you've got everyone within the academy that are doing it as well.
Yeah, exactly. There's always someone to ask.
There's a big family, and there's a lot of knowledge there. There's even newbies, as in, no disrespect, newer than us, that know things that we don't know. Yeah. So it's so good to bounce off.
Dude, I'm learning.
It's so good to bounce off different people.
I learned from the academy members because they're so fresh.
Yeah.
Like, and that's, I do these financial freedom challenges and stuff sometimes to keep me fresh with some of these strategies like rent to service accommodation, for instance. But, things are changing, areas are changing. An area that's saturated 1 minute might actually become better. Rules are changing, so I'm learning as well, and that's great. So when you realised you're making £3,000 a month, you're on holiday, you're in Crete, you decide you're going to quit your job. How did that feel?
Oh, it was amazing. Not only was I getting married, which is amazing, but I was quitting my job when I got home. So we were so happy. We were so happy.
Are you a lot happier now than you were?
Yes, 100%.
Oh yeah. How about you, Donovan?
Yeah, very much so. I still do my day job. So I'm not in this full-time Georgia.
What's your day job?
So I work for a company called Payment Sense, Merchant Services.
Well, you like your job?
Yeah, I do like my job.
Absolutely
love it.
And I've always, you told me Georgia hates it. Look after her. You've liked your job. Are you going to quit at some point? Do you think, or are you going to play it by ear?
Don't know. Play it by ear.
Play it by ear.
Yeah.
You know what? If you like your job,
I've still got the freedom and flexibility with it because I'm self-employed at it. So I can come and go as I like. But obviously,
if you like your job, great. Yeah. If you hate it, having the option.
Yes.
Well, even you, Donovan, you have the option now.
I have the option. Yeah, correct.
To leave, so you work from choice rather than from force.
Correct.
Which is an empowering way to go to work.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So next move then. What areas are you looking at? You're going to stick in Southampton? You're going to move?
We like Southampton, so we would like a couple more in Southampton, wouldn't we?
Yeah.
Which is already sort of being talked about.
It's clearly working.
There's potentially 2 to start next month.
Yeah.
2 more essays.
Okay.
And we would like some in our hometown, and then just keep going.
Where's your hometown?
Winchester.
Okay, just that half hour outside.
Yeah, it's not far, but again, there's a lot of things going on.
That's
around
great.
there.
Well, I'm really, really, really pleased that it's worked out for you guys, and I'm glad that you've taken action, taken the steps. What would your advice be to someone watching this that's thinking, I want to do the same, how do I follow in the footsteps of?
Go on the academy.
Wow.
Do the crash course.
Yeah.
Crash course, because it's free and you can bounce, the knowledge you can get from people there is amazing, but ultimately it's down to you and I. Are we going to get off our butts and do something for it, really?
And the thing is, people always come up with excuses, won't they?
Yeah.
And even with the academy, I know the crash course is free and the crash course is amazing. I think you probably would agree, because sometimes people think the crash course is just like, oh, we bring you to the crash course to then just sell more advanced training.
It's not like that. It's not. It's just getting everybody together and getting excited.
Yeah.
Because sometimes when you have your day-to-day job, is it exciting? No, not really. You
Yeah.
go onto the crash course and you're like, oh my goodness, everyone's so happy and everyone's so excited and there's loads of different knowledge and it's amazing.
You are excited when you're making money.
Yeah, of course you are.
You know, and we have people coming to the crash course again and again that are doing deals again and again, but people will make excuses as to why not to pay the £6,500 for the refurb on the rent to rent.
You got to put something in to get something out. It's your return on investment.
Even joining the academy or going to the crash course, even if it's not financial, it's still time, it's still hotels.
Yeah. Yes.
At the end of the day, if you want to see a result, you're going to have to put some kind of skin in the game.
Absolutely.
And you guys have done that, and you've trusted yourself, and you've trusted our training, and I'm so glad to see you guys so happy. And thanks so much for coming on the show.
No worries.
Maybe we'll do a part 2 next year when you're making 20 grand a month.
Would be amazing.
Share the lessons of that. But awesome. Thanks so much.
No worries.
Good to see
Great.
you.
Thank you very much for having us.
Thank you so
Good job.
much.
Thank you.